Hello Amazon.com, me Beau coming to you today with this 21.5-inch digital picture frame. It's really quite robust and quite big. I'm gonna go through a few of the top features that I personally like about it, plus one of the things that I don't necessarily care for about this, and that is, right off the bat, it doesn't play videos very well, mainly MP4s. So if you have an AVI file, you might be able to play video, but you know what? You probably see right now that the screen is dark. Well, that's because I have a little bit of tape. I wanted to show you this feature right off the bat. This is covering the motion sensor. And so I have it to time out every 1 minute. So 1 minute without motion. So I'm gonna remove this from the motion sensor. And then you see, we just simulated someone walking by and the slideshow resumes. Now I do a lot of real estate photography. And so this is absolutely perfect for business type locations that want to showcase some of my work. And I have it cycling through 3 seconds at a time. And as you can see, the resolution is pretty darn good. It's pretty nice. Sorry, there's a bit of shine right there, but there we go. That looks pretty darn good. Cool. So in case you're wondering, I have all these photos loaded onto the back on a flash drive right here, which is included with it. You can navigate the menu using this back here. If in fact let's say you lost the little remote control. Plus this thing right there, I just slapped right on. You don't have to put this mount on. You can also put the included mount if you wanted to mount this on a wall, for example. Okay, so let's briefly, oh, by the way, the cable goes there and plugs into the wall. It's pretty darn long. All right, let's walk through real briefly the actual navigation of this thing. So once again, the motion sensor is there, and then the actual sensor for the remote control is right there. You can barely see it, probably can't even see it. All right, so let's go ahead and exit out of this. Oop, gotta point it at it, there we go. So this is the folder with all of my photos that I have in there. So we're gonna go ahead and exit that. Exit. So this is the main screen. And so of course, whether you're going to do photos, music, video, I don't have to narrate everything. You know what? A good rule of thumb whenever you get a new device is immediately check out the settings so that you know kind of what to expect. And so slideshow, typically 3 seconds is conventional if you're a videographer to show a photo. So 3 second slideshow, that's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and turn off motion sensor, and it can go to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all the way to 30 minutes. So basically, if it doesn't sense motion for 30 minutes, let's say for example, this is outside of your storefront at night, and it does not sense anybody walking by for 30 minutes, it's gonna shut off. And then once it senses someone, obviously, as you saw at the beginning of this video, then it resumes, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get out of this right there. And I actually want to show you music, for example, because this was actually a surprise. I did not think that the speaker would be very good, and yet it is pretty good. So we're gonna access the USB because I have an MP3 on there, and we're gonna go over to music and clicking enter, and then we go over to my MP3, which I have loaded on the flash drive that is plugged into the back. I click OK, or enter rather, and we're gonna turn up the volume some. Yeah, that is pretty nice. Now, obviously this isn't, Beau's speaker type quality, but my wife actually wants to repurpose this entire screen in the workout room. And so what we're gonna do when this is done being used for business type purposes, she's gonna plug in a Roku into the back of this because yes, it does have an HDMI in right there. And as well as an SD card and as well as a headphone jack also, and an AV in as well. So yes, theoretically you could plug in a Roku and you could watch Netflix off of this thing. Yeah, now of course if you're an audiophile and you really want good audio, you're probably gonna wanna plug in an external speaker instead of having the speakers come out the back. It does sound a little tinny, but I was actually very surprised because it's not really marketed or branded as a TV. It's marketed as a moving digital picture frame, and yet the audio quality was pretty darn good. So we're gonna go ahead and go back, go back, clicking exit, there we go. Now I did mention at the beginning of this video that the video portion was not working for me. I'm pretty sure because I have the wrong file format. So if we go over to my folder that has one video in there, and right there, it is gonna probably say, oh, it flashed for just a moment. It basically said it's not gonna play. I think it's the wrong format. I think it does not actually play MP4 format. So that's kind of lame. I'll have to try to load a .avi file in there if possible. And of course the calendar function, it's interesting. Not the greatest looking resolution. I personally would not use that. It's not very fancy looking. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go back, and that's it. We already started with the settings, so hopefully this is helpful in determining whether or not this is right for you. I would say for a lot of businesses out there, this would probably suffice very, very nicely to showcase some of your work, especially if you are a real estate broker or agent, but that's my particular use. I don't know if yours is a personal use, and if you're just gonna put it on your desk at home or mount it on a wall somewhere and just have family photos going, that's okay too. All right, I'm gonna put the link in the description below if you wanna check out other people's reviews. My name is Beau. Catch you later.